Hi, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of the FitFam podcast. This is Miss Natural Olympia Hilary.
And this is Doug, the Formulator. Boop, boop. Do I usually say Doug, the Formulator? Or do I say, this is the Formulator? Doug.
I like that better, but no, I usually do it the other way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so they literally had to put up a paper to remind us to do this every time. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you get notified every time we upload.
And that's really cool because subscribing to our channel, gives you the ability to go in anytime. But if you hit the little bell on there, then when the next episode is uploaded, you get this little notice. It's really cool. I've started doing that with my favorite YouTube podcasts, and I really enjoy that.
Cool.
So make sure you do that.
Okay, yeah. So today we're going to do something just a bit different. I know we say that a lot, so everything's different.
Everything.
But we are going to talk about the super seminar that we have coming up in September, the end of September, that we are so excited about it. It is the first seminar that we've done where we've done some small seminars that have been for the general public, and then we do larger seminars consistently for our doctors and for health professionals. But this is the first time that we are going to do a full weekend of seminars for everyone.
I can't tell you how excited I am. As Hillary mentioned, our specialty has been training doctors, and then we get enough of a request that once in a while we've done very small, intimate groups of 30 or 40 people in the public and taught the same thing, but in a way that's just easier to understand and implement, with the public versus a clinic setting. And it's been so fun, but we've never, I think about never, 30 years we've been doing this,
Yeah.
right? That we've never opened up a full-blown weekend entirely for the public, patients, and health professionals to come to. So we're excited as we go through it right now. We are going to give you some cool little pointers and research, kind of like some teasers about each talk. So it'll be worth it to listen to this episode
Cool.
just because you're going to get some of those cool little nuggets as we talk about it.
Yeah, and we will also have a link about the seminar. So click that link. You can learn all about it. You can register there.
Yeah.
And just for the information to start off, so not only are there talks that are for the health professionals, there's also talks that are for the general public,
Correct.
right? And not only that, but there's also going to be an expo hall for you to be able to walk and kind of see the latest, greatest gadgets that are out there and things that are for your overall health. Brain Tap is coming. It's going to be incredible.
They're phenomenal.
Incredible.
So basically in the expo, what you can look forward to is not hundreds and hundreds of booths, but about 70, and they all have to do with health, like you said, in one way or another, but some are longevity. Like, what is the truth about red light therapy, about cold plunge, about saunas? There's going to be different vendors there, but helping to educate. But then also on the other end of it, there's going to be booths there on the different supplements and things to help you with longevity. And then some things that most of the public's probably never seen before that only come to the doctor seminars. It's really cool. Some cool gadgets and things that if you came to my house, you'd see a lot of those gadgets.
Yeah. And on top of all of that, it is also, we are coordinating it with the PNBA, the INBA, the organization that I compete with. And so it's going to be combined with USA's. It's one of the largest shows that we do all year long. So you get the opportunity to listen to all these amazing speakers, everything clear across the board regarding health and regarding mindset and, creeping into that, be your future self. You also get to come to the bodybuilding show and you can zigzag out of them. So if you want to watch a little bit of the bodybuilding show, but also want to get your favorite talk or walk the expo, you can just kind of zigzag in and out. It's going to be incredible. And it's going to be in one of my favorite places ever, Las Vegas, Nevada. At the Rio.
At the Rio. And here's a cool thing about the Rio. We've always loved it, but it was getting old. And we did the USA Championships there, the Olympia there. We've done some big seminars there. And we just love because it's off the strip. So people that don't like the strip never have to touch the strip.
Right.
But it's close enough for the people that want to. And it's a giant convention center hooked to a hotel where you actually don't have to go through the casino if you don't want to at all either. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds, but they decided to remodel it. And so we negotiated with them to get the entire convention center, which is incredible. and be able to take advantage of the brand new rooms, remodeled convention center and that, and we got some great rates too.
Yeah, and if you don't want to ever leave the Rio, it has everything you need. So you could literally stay there all weekend and be entertained and have everything, food, all the yummy food, everything that you need at your fingertips. So that's great. It's going to be held at the Rio. Book your rooms through the Rio. Do that soon. They're going to be selling out, so get your rooms as soon as you can.
Yeah, and click the link that you'll see here to get those details. It'll have the link for the rooms. It'll also have the link for the seminar, and it's September 26th through the 29th.
Save the
Now,
date.
definitely save it. So you're like, wait, that's a lot of days. The 26th is a Thursday, and
Mhm.
so we're going to do registration in the morning from about 10 to 11, but then the expo hall opens at 11 o'clock.
Okay, so walk me through it. If you've already registered, do you still have to be there for registration? Like be there to pick up your badge or whatever? Is that what's going to happen?
That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna
Okay.
pick up the badge. We're gonna have just a phenomenal crew there, so it won't take long. You'll come through and get your lanyard, and the lanyard will have on it information based on your ticket. So it's only $99 for the public to come, which is incredible. We just sent
Incredible.
some of our staff to a seminar a couple weekends ago, and the lowest ticket was 500, and it was just a longevity seminar.
Yeah.
So it's 99 bucks, but you can upgrade to a premium at 250, where you get, some more of the food and meeting different speakers, or the VIP. And you don't have to do the VIP, but it's just for those that are like, oh my gosh, I really want to, meet and talk with and eat with some of these phenomenal speakers. And the VIP area is 500 for the entire weekend. So it's really, really cool. But when you come Thursday morning, you'll come and pick up your lanyard based on your ticket, and the expo hall will be open so you can cruise around it and everything. And then we start promptly at 12 o'clock noon. And why don't we kind of mention some of the great people that are coming and what
Yeah.
we're doing about it? And in the past, we've always been our own MCs, right? Like I've MC'd the doctor thing, or some members from our staff down, or someone like that. And this time we're going all out, and we got a phenomenal MC for the weekend. Just himself, just who it is worth coming.
Yeah, no, for sure. Clark Bartram is going to be emceeing.
He's our bud.
I'm sure most people have heard who Clark Bartram is. If you have not, look him up. He's amazing. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, and here's something for some people that are over 45. There was a period of time where a company called EAS had a bunch of 18-wheelers going around the nation, and their ads were on TV and stuff, and it showed this progression of a guy getting in good shape, like phenomenal shape, right? And that person was Clark Bartram. Well, we redid it. Russell Brunson got with him and redid that, because now he's like 60, and showed he went on this transformation, and it looks like phenomenally the same. The guy is a beast as far
Yeah,
as fitness and health.
phenomenal.
Been in a lot of different movies.
And he's lived the lifestyle his entire life. So,
So it's going to be awesome. He's going to be emceeing it. And the seminar weekend itself is called Unlocking Your Health Potential Naturally. That's the theme, unlocking your health potential, everyone's naturally. And that's a big difference between this seminar and every other one out there, is the word naturally. Because a lot of times you'll go and say, okay, this is a health seminar to unlock my health, but yet they want to put you on hormones, or they recommend testosterone, or all of these things that's not natural. And that's the key word, to unlock your potential naturally for the rest of your life. So they come in, Clark's going to MC start the show, and then
cool.
we're going to bring out some guns to begin with.
Yeah, so Patrick Porter is going to be brought out, right?
Patrick Porter, PhD, close friend of ours. Probably not probably. He is definitely the world's leading authority at this time on the brain, on brain mapping, understanding what you need to do to be able to get the brain to switch into different modes to help you sleep, for performance. The guy is phenomenal. He's going to be speaking a few times through the weekend, but
Okay.
he'll come out at first to kind of give an intro.
And you'll be
I'll
coming
be
out.
there to kind of give a history.
And then the godfather of natural bodybuilding, Denny Kakos.
Danny Kakos. So myself, Danny Kakos, and Patrick Porter are going to start off, and we're just going to give why you need to live naturally and do things different now, because the world is synthetic and is chemically driven. When before it wasn't chemically driven, it was there were problems, but now it's actually truly chemically
Yeah,
driven.
it's like you have to be intentional to be natural
Yes.
nowadays. Where you know what I mean? Where it used to be the opposite. Like it was easy to be natural, and you had to be intentional to be synthetic, or to find that that
Yeah, the
road.
chemicals
Yeah.
and that's a really great point, is that complete role reversal, and
Yeah.
so now we need to be mindful and know just what to do, and so we're gonna kinda give the history of that to set the tone for the weekend. And then next is one of our favorites, that some people might know about. If you're one of the doctors or patients, you probably heard of this guy, but, other people in the public might not have.
Yeah, so Dr. Brett Brimhall,
Mhm.
he's gonna be phenomenal. DC, incredible at what he does.
Yeah, and this is where at first everyone's gonna be together. And then we're going to separate on Thursday afternoon, health professionals in one area, and then the public and the patients in the other. And in the health professional area, Brett Brimhall is going to start the show off. And for you health professionals, he's going to talk about the importance of your health personally and your clinic's health and give some great information. We have doctors that are coming like Dr. Brett Brimhall that have built practices from the ground up and built them to where they're serving thousands and thousands of patients without taking extra time and being able to make a great living doing it. He's going to be starting off sharing that. And so, while I mentioned the
Yeah,
HP
you
side and
just
you do the
yeah,
public
go ahead.
side.
Yep.
So, with the doctors over in their group Thursday afternoon, he's going to go. And then another one of our favorites, Dr. Von Cook, doctor of Chinese medicine. And he's going to talk about the Western medicine model and versus the Eastern medicine and how clinics can implement the best of both in their clinics. And then Dr. Porter is going to come up and talk about performance for sleep. And he's going to have a special guest with him, Peter Cummings, a great PhD also. And they're going to talk to the doctors about how you can help your patients with their sleep and all the protocols and tips and techniques to go with that. And then the last one for the HPs for Thursday afternoon while they're separated is we're bringing in out one of our big guns, Dr. Harris, right? Probably one of the smartest people.
Over my head every
Yeah,
time he
and you might
talks.
have watched
But
his episode a week
yeah,
or so
but
ago.
he is he's got the best sense of humor, and he will bring it to what did he say when you said basic? He said, "Let's not say basic, let's say understandable." So he's definitely going to make things understandable.
But it goes deep, and he's going
It's
to be
deep.
talking to the doctors, get this, about exercising for longevity and how you have to look at it differently, exercise, when it comes to longevity and how to help your patients with that and benefit in your clinic. So that's the HPs, the health professionals, during Thursday afternoon. And just one little tidbit, I said we're going to give a few nuggets. Let me share with you that one of the things that you're going to get on Thursday afternoon, if you're a health professional from one of those talks, is you're going to actually get an exact framework of you use these tools, you implement them this way, one, two, three, four, and you're going to be able to help your patients be able to sleep better, and you're going to be able to promote what one of the niches that you have in your clinic is to help people with their sleep, which is one of the top three reasons that people actually say their health needs to be improved is because of their sleep patterns not being right. So you're going to have a system to go back and implement in the clinic immediately
Love
with
that.
all of your patients. So that's cool. So now
Really
while
cool.
we're doing all that on the HP side,
Okay, so
go
while
see another
that's
one.
happening on the public side, Nevea Lowe, that's different to say. It was Nevea Grant, but now it's Nevea Lowe. She's going to
Great.
be speaking. She's going to be speaking about her business actually, and what she's been able to accomplish at her young age, and how everybody can kind of go out there and be driven and create a great uh, income for themselves at a young age.
Well, yeah, and I think that for the public side of it, one of the reasons that anyone from the age of 18, especially women, to the age of about 35, you need to come to seminar is even just for this talk. And I'm going to say that over and over again about every talk. But what Nevaeh is going to do is something different than what most people do online or you hear from trainers and nutritionists today is they speak, 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 but you're like, what's the results? What's in
Mhm.
it for me?
Right.
And she's going to give probably she can limited time, but during that time, she's going to probably put over 20 to 25 before and afters and say, this mom of two children had these struggles, and here's what we did with her, and look at her before and after. Here's this young uh, teenage girl that is just getting ready to go through life and start it. Here's her before and after, and
And I
all
think
the
she's
different
gonna
things.
break down, sometimes it feels like things are so hard to understand with hormones, and she's gonna kind of break it down to, if you're following the basics, if you're doing these basic things, you can get your hormones in check really quick.
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting. She's had a number of women who have actually gotten pregnant that have worked with her and in the past have struggled with pregnancy, but just in getting the proper nutrients, proper exercise, proper movement, are able to get,
Yeah, the body balanced,
yeah,
and
their
so
body
you're able
balance.
to
So
see.
anyways, she's going to be phenomenal.
That would be great, and a lot of, I noticed a lot of people she just turned 21 yesterday,
Hmm.
and a lot of people like, who is she to tell us, older crowd, what they can do and stuff. You understand from, birth on up, she's been with us and learned from us and asked a zillion questions, for the last 17 years of what to do, went and got her degree or esthetician license and everything, and been she's so far ahead of most people that are twice her age as far as knowledge and what she does. And you know what? The proof's in the pudding. So,
Well, and I think even more than that, she loves what she does. And so when you can find somebody that is in a profession where they truly love what they do, and she's loved it from a very young age. So I think that's
yeah.
going to be,
And this will be her speaking at this level debut. So it'll be really
yeah,
cool.
it's
Yeah.
going to be so cool.
And
Super
then
excited.
next in the public, I'm going to jump from the HP area over to the public to talk about what do the highest performers and healthiest people in the world have in common. And what I mean by that is we're going to show the research of the Hunses and all the groups that live to be the longest, the healthiest, and then the groups that have the highest performance that we worked with, the world champions, not just the elite, but the elite of the elite. And are there common denominators? And with those common denominators, how can you implement them in a busy lifestyle at home or at work,
You,
whatever you do to be able
you
to
forgot I
apply it?
was going to be talking the public. You stole my,
Oh,
stole.
that's mine. I'm sorry.
Anyways, we got to start kicking it through. We're going kind of slow with this, but also what's really cool is David Meltzer is going to be speaking about your non-negotiables in life and your health,
The
which
first, keynote.
yes, first keynote. And if you've never heard David Meltzer speak, oh my gosh, please come. You're going to love him. He's so inspiring and he's so likable. It's so easy to jump on board with what he's teaching and what he lives. And he truly does live what he preaches. And then from 7 to 8 is a
It's a breakout for the
breakout.
doctors,
Okay.
right? So basically, we're going to have things all afternoon, and then after the talks are over, you'll be able to go to the expo area for more of that if you want, or come to the health professionals. We'll have some breakouts that they can choose to go to learn about muscle testing and things like that Thursday night with the great Brimhalls, both Dr.
Ooh,
Brett
both
and John.
doctor. Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal.
So then we're to Friday.
Okay, now we're to Friday. The cool thing about Friday is that not only is the expo open and all of these great speakers that we can come and listen to, but also the bodybuilding competition starts. And on Friday is amateur. So you could come and watch the show as you are weaving in and out. So that is really cool. The expo hall will open at 8 a.m. And
Can I mention something about it?
yep.
So what's going to be cool about this is we're really wanting everyone to get immersed into the entire weekend. So we created some really cool things. So for example, when the expo hall is open at specific times, like this time, we give
Hmm.
you incentive to show up Friday morning at 8 to the expo hall because you're going to get little things to stamp, like go around the booth and ask a few questions. You get a stamp, and then there's going to be these crazy giveaways and stuff. So it'll be fun. It'll be some different things,
I was going to
interactions.
mention that before is I'm sure there's going to be massive giveaways, which is always the funnest part about going to an expo, right? Okay, so where did that put us?
That puts us at 9 o'clock with everyone. So
Okay,
everyone's in the room together.
awesome. And Doug is going to be the speaker there, how to unlock your health potential naturally in an unnatural world.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be talking about, plastics, phthalates, toxins. Is it really a big deal? What does the research show? There's some brand new research out, ridiculous research showing how most hormonal disruption is coming from these chemicals that are in our air, food, and water, and what to do about it. Not like a doom and gloom, but here's some simple things you can do to help with this issue. And we're going to go deep into it and launch a brand new formula at that time.
Ooh,
So
that's
it's gonna be really
exciting.
cool.
Now, I'm going to keep saying this because all of these keynotes are my favorites. Okay, then at 10 a.m. is Forrest
Two.
Griffin. Oh my gosh, UFC. He's so witty and so fun to listen to. I could listen to him for hours. He's legit the best. So he's going to be talking about how to become a legendary champion, right?
In life.
In life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his UFC career came to an end and he's killing it still at the UFC, but he ain't fighting no more.
Yeah, he's actually helping the fighters. He's running
He's incredible.
the top training center on the planet, and they just opened one in
Mexico.
Mexico and China.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he's in charge of that, and
Heading it up.
you're going to love him. And so again, just coming to the first keynote, David Meltzer, you need to come. Or the second one, Forrest Griffin, you need to come. These guys are awesome.
Yeah, these guys are amazing. And then Doug, what's happening on the HP side?
So then we'll separate again, and the doctors again are going to hear from Dr. Porter more on the brain and some really in-depth information for doctors can be able to share and help their patients with it. And then Dr. Harris is going to be talking about fasting
for everyone.
To everyone. So that's going to be really, really cool. He's going to go in depth. You hear a lot about the 24, 48, 72-hour fast. We did an episode on it. You haven't heard what he's going to do. He's going to go so deep. You're going to come out of there and, basically start a fast that next day because it's so powerful.
And as I'm not sure everybody understands this about Dr. Harris, he lives a fasting lifestyle. So if anybody's going to be an expert at it, it's going to be him. He's phenomenal. Okay. Then what?
Well, and then back with the health professionals again, they're going to get talked to about their exit plan. And, what's interesting about that, and, we'll move on, but this is so important to me. If you're a health professional, this one talk, you need to come no matter what, because Dr. Brett Brimhall and Janine Ridgway, both major
my favorites
doctors. And
Dr. Janine.
Dr. Janine is an awesome
Love
Dr.
her.
Brett. They're going to talk to health professionals about their exit plan because in our world of holistic health, it's different than doctors that work for a hospital or that they're under this community that they might get some retirement. These are entrepreneurs, and many times they work and work and serve and serve and serve. And then as they get older, they no longer have the income coming because they can't work at the level they did before. And Dr. Janine and Brett are going to show health professionals how to create this long-term income so they can retire or change the way they treat and practice in the future. That talk is absolute must if you're a health professional.
Cool. And then to the public again, Doug's going to be speaking. What are you going to be speaking on?
Protein. One of the most controversial subjects on the planet.
I don't know that I want to go there.
And we're just going to lay it out. Full out. This is it. Here's the truth about protein, how much you should eat, why.
It's phenomenal.
And, Hilary goes like this because most people think they need a lot more protein than they do. And we're going to show the research and show exactly the benefits of it, how much you need, what type, so that when you leave there, you'll never have a question again about protein, and no matter how you choose to take it from there. But it's absolutely critical.
And then for HPs, later in the afternoon, you and Ashley will be discussing peptides, correct?
Absolutely.
And then for the public is going to be
Dr. Piquel.
Dr. Piquel.
On fats. So just like I go through on proteins, he's going to go through on fats.
I love that.
Fats that kill, fats that heal.
I love that.
And how to pick your fats.
That's one I definitely need to go to. And then at 3-ish for the HPs, Dr. Harris is going to be talking about microplastics and the danger of them. And at 3 for the public, it is going to be Dr. Brandon Adams.
Probably so.
Question mark.
Talking about nitric oxide.
Cool.
And a really cool talk with it.
Nitric oxide, that's one that I feel like gets overlooked sometimes, and people don't quite understand the importance in many capacities that nitric oxide can.
Absolutely. So here's the nugget, and that is this. If you learn how to release nitric oxide in your body, you will never, ever have high blood pressure. And it's as easy as eating certain foods and taking certain nutrients. We've never in decades had a person that if they followed the nutrition protocol and took the specific nutrients weren't able to get their blood pressure under control. And even if you don't have high blood pressure, it's a longevity factor to help you live a lot longer, a lot healthier, higher quality of life. You're going to get the exact details of that from Dr. Adams. And then we get to go.
What's 4? Who's speaking to us?
This is one of my new favorites. 3-time Olympic gold medalist, LaShawn Merritt. If you don't know him, look him up. LaShawn Merritt. 400.
And I love this topic.
Yeah. How to perform under pressure.
Oh, love that topic.
And he's going to tell you how to perform under pressure each day, whether you're at home and you're dealing with the kids or you're at work or both. And think about it. I think I mentioned it before, but guys, to train 4 years for 40 seconds, you've got to know how to perform under pressure. And he's going to give you those secrets. And then at 4:30, boop, boop, Miss Hilary is going to be speaking. I'm so excited.
What's so funny is I'm sitting here going through the agenda. People can see my eyes over, to the right, looking over here going, and I didn't see me anywhere on here. And I'm like, I think you forgot to put me on the agenda.
Nope.
JK.
It's going to be right after LaShawn Merritt. So 3-time gold medalist in the Olympics. LaShawn Merritt going right into 3-time natural Miss Olympia Figure Masters champion. And then Hilary, talk about that, about, you know, your topic.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go through my journey a little bit, but I'm going to incorporate how we've been able to stay on track with my personal goals, and our faith and our family. And in a world where sometimes, and this happens, sometimes you need to shift and to be in balance with yourself, you have to get out of balance with a few other things, and but always coming back to balance by, knowing which one needs you at the specific times. So we're gonna go delve into that a little bit.
That's awesome, because it's such a big thing now, is an argument out there that you need to be in balance with everything. Oh, no, you don't. You got to be imbalanced if you're going to succeed at the highest level, which is very true, that you have to, like you just said, focus on one thing at different times, but you got to make sure there is
I think
good principles going in all of the areas.
Yeah, I think the main gist of my talk is going to be kind of what we always talk about is your pillars. And as long as you have your pillars and you know what your life is going to be about, then there's going to be times that you can lean into one more than the other, but they will all support each other always.
I
So
like that a
that's going to
lot.
be really cool.
And then a next keynote. So keynote number, what are we on?
Like
4?
4 or 5,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Is going to be a guy named Alex Guerrero, and I have not heard him
I
live,
have not either.
and I'm so excited about this one. He is the trainer for what many people think is the greatest athlete to ever live, Tom Brady, right? The argument between Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, and that he's right there. And it's going to be neat to hear about the mentality to be a champion in everyday life, and to hear from him. It's going to be really cool. And right after that, there's going to be a photo op with 3-time gold medalist LaShawn Merritt, 3-time natural Olympia champion Hilary Grant, and Alex Guerrero. That'll be really, really, really cool to kind
That's
of
cool.
finish up the day, go into, the expo hall and dinner and that night. So let's go into Saturday.
I will also maybe or maybe not be at that dinner, or if I am, I may look like a different shade of tan than I normally are because I
Getting ready
will
to
be
compete.
getting ready to compete the following day. So I'll be on stage twice that weekend.
That's right. It's gonna be exciting. Actually, 3 times.
I'm
I'll talk
trying to
about that.
breathe through that. Oh, 3 times?
Yeah, I'll tell you how come. So Saturday, we're going to start off, and we're going to be talking about something called shock proteins. And another little nugget for this episode is that there's a chemical released in the body called shock proteins that helps get rid of zombie cells in the body, the cells that cause you to age prematurely. These shock proteins help the brain stay young, and it's called neuroplasticity in the brain. You want these shock proteins, and we're going to talk about all the ways to release them in the body, all the things you can do. Some of them don't cost a penny, just being able to do different things through the day. And so we're going to start off that way, and then we're going to go to a couple of our favorite people.
This is amazing. I haven't seen Rob in a hot minute, so
Rob Terry.
I am really excited. Rob Terry with the he used to be in the WWE, and he's a champion in natural bodybuilding
Yeah.
arena as well. He's phenomenal. He's ginormous. He's incredible.
Funny.
And talk about the nicest guy. I'm telling you, some of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life are the biggest guys I've ever met. Rob Terry, Flex Lewis, just the nicest fellas,
Yeah,
aren't they?
they are
They
great.
also seem to be from other countries.
And then he's going to be speaking with Braven,
Cool.
Braven Grant, on creatine. And
Love
they're
that
going to
guy.
go through and talk about, the muscle, the mind, the myths of creatine. And that's a great talk, because we've learned so much about creatine
I
lately.
think Braven's going to be interviewing Rob, aren't they? Or no?
They're still figuring out how they're going to play it.
Okay.
It's going to be fun to
It's
watch
gonna be
that
really cool.
interaction. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm pumped about that one.
And then Dr. Harris is going to talk to everyone about the forever chemicals. You've heard about them probably, these chemicals that are in different things in the food and air that are forever. They don't go away, and how we can get them at least out of our bodies and go from there with it. So there's going to be a couple other great talks. I think that one that I'm interested in big time in your world, that lately, the last 4 months, you've been real big on, that's the adrenals.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I'm all about that adrenal. Well, fortifying the adrenals, not so much the burnout. That part's not real fun, but yeah.
And Dr. John Brimhall has been teaching this subject for over 50 years. He's going to teach it with his son, Dr. Brett Brimhall. And so this is someone that's saying this is the most important thing when it comes to health for 50 years. And to be able to listen to that's going to be really, really cool,
Really cool.
right?
And I think what's going to be really cool about that is that all of the different symptoms that you could be experiencing, not realizing it's actual adrenal fatigue,
Right.
I think it's something else. So
It's
I'm
going to be
I'm
really
pumped
cool.
about that.
And so then after that's Dr. Richard Tay, medical doctor, a good friend of ours, and we mentioned it before in a couple of podcasts, but he helped really understand the importance of that these bad bacteria get in the body, they're alive, and a lot of times they'll protect themselves and build a dome over them. I call it a biofilm. And he's going to talk about that biofilm and how many times you start doing things right, but your body doesn't heal and you still have digestive issues and you still keep getting sick too often, and how you can go in and destroy that dome to allow the body to heal faster. And he's done it over and over again with literally thousands of patients. So it's going to be really cool. And so, at this point, as we get ready to go to lunch on Saturday, I hope that you're seeing that this is so overwhelming as far as all the phenomenal talks you can go to. And if you don't personally like a talk, you can go to the expo. You can go check out the bodybuilding. You never have to go in the bodybuilding, or you can go over there and watch it when Hillary competes or some of your favorite people,
Yeah,
all the
you could
different things.
spend all day Friday and Saturday at the bodybuilding competition and leave for an hour or two to go hit the talks that you want to. So it's just going to be so versatile. And it's just kind of for everyone because you'll find your niche or you'll find the part that is really going to be interesting to you. And it'll be kind of cool for couples to go because not always are we on the same page with our spouse or our partner, but you'll find something that interests you and then you can kind of bring your partner along. So
Right. And then that afternoon, a good chunk of it's going to be on fat and how to reduce fat. We're going to have some different speakers there. Dr. Cook's going to be talking, actually, from Cellular
mhm.
Peptides is going to be talking. And they're going to go into, um, what are the best things to do to reduce fat? Should you be doing fasting? What type of eating plan should be on? What about peptides like semaglutide and others, carnitine? And they're going to go into helping you create your plan for the ultimate fat loss protocol based on your goals, what you can do, can't do based on your sport, things like that. And it's going to be really,
Yeah.
really, really neat
We
to
need
do
to
that.
we need to keep kicking this in gear because you've got a call
I
in
got a
a
great
few
client
minutes.
coming up in
Yeah,
a
you
minute.
do. And then are we on to
I
my
think,
favorite human?
Janine,
Well, also my favorite human. I've got a couple of favorite humans.
well, Dr. Janine and Brett are going to talk about the importance of gut health, depression to domination.
Good
That if
one.
your gut isn't healthy, it actually causes depression. And versus you have a dominating mindset. And so they're going to talk about that and how to switch that to have a dominant gut and full
Cool.
of vibrance. And that's a great talk on its own. It's worth its weight.
Man, so many good talks. It's going to be incredible.
Okay.
And then we'll go on. You'll speak as well. I guess you should be included in my favorite human category. But at 5 o'clock for everyone, Dr. Benjamin Hardy is going to be speaking, and he's going to be speaking about how you can 10 times your life. He's so good.
Yeah,
I can't even
because it's
stress
not
how
so
good.
overwhelming that you come out of there and like, oh, that's just too much. He comes out and you'll never hear Dr. Hardy talk where you come out of like, I can apply some of these principles and start making moves today and not be so overwhelmed like I just suck. Right.
Yeah,
Like,
right, right. No,
because
those are
sometimes I go to some of
valid.
these speakers, I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I'm just not there. And he really comes out of there that wherever you're at, it's about helping with the little habits to be your future self now. And he's helped transform both of our lives in different areas at different times
Yeah.
and is just phenomenal. And we're so blessed to be able to have him and some other keynotes come that would normally we'd be spending almost over $1 million in the keynote speakers, but because they're some of our mentors, our coaches, or they're part of our concierge clients, they've agreed to come and speak, and you just don't get that,
No, you don't get
most
that.
places.
This is going to be incredible. And then we have dinner, and that night is going to be finals. So cross your fingers, everybody, that we're able to maintain our sanity through this entire
It'll be awesome.
thing.
And so what we mean by that is Hillary will be on stage Saturday morning with all the other bodybuilders. And for those that, like, hey, the bodybuilding thing, I'm not sure about that. You never have to go into that area. It's a complete different area. But if you're like, yeah, it'd be interesting. I want to see Hillary compete or a few others, but I don't want to be there all day in that. What can I do? Well, what we've done is it's different than any other bodybuilding show. Saturday evening, the top pros, the top men pros in their divisions and the top women in their divisions are going to be there for the finals. The top 5 in each division are going to compete Saturday night. So everyone will be able to come for that hour and a half, 2 hours, and see the best in the entire United States natural bodybuilders compete. And that's kind of cool for people like, hey, I want to come. I just don't want to spend all day at a bodybuilding show. I don't understand what's going on. You'll be able to come and get that and see it and be able to hopefully be inspired. So then we'll go to Sunday morning, and we have a few talks on Sunday morning that you're going to want to hear. I'm going to be talking about the harmful effects of Adderall, TRT replacement, and what is the truth about them and the natural alternatives. And then we're going to bring up a couple of the champion bodybuilders and talk about some of the things that they have done to their top principles that they live just, in life
Cool.
itself. And then we'll kind of be finishing up with helping people to balance and implement what they've heard so that they can leave and say, okay, I'm going to implement these things right now and apply them to better their health. So it's not just a seminar that you come for the weekend and that was good info, but you're going to actually have a battle plan
Love
to
it.
take on.
So it is Thursday through Sunday. If you can't make it for the full thing, come and enjoy the days that you can make it for, because there's not going to be a dud day. Every day is going to be phenomenal. So come for what you can. Book now. Get to the little link and register.
Absolutely. And again, Thursday around noon to Sunday around noon for the public. That's when everything's going to be happening. So if you can come in Thursday morning, be able to be there, and then you can leave Sunday afternoon.
Get your rooms through the link.
Absolutely.
That's really important. Is don't call to get your rooms. Get your rooms through the link,
And there's
right?
a reason for that. And I know we got to finish up, but the reason for that is because the Rio being remodeled, they're guaranteed if you book through the link, you absolutely get one of the new rooms. And plus you get a
The
great
discount.
discount rate. So definitely do that. $99 to get in the door. You can upgrade if you want, get the rooms at the special rate. Enjoy your weekend with us. We're excited. We want to meet so many people that we hear from once in a while on this podcast or we hear on our social media that we've never been able to meet and talk in person. And for you to be able to do one of the things that we really believe in, and that is you can pretend to care, but you can't pretend to be there. And we want to be there for you. We want you to be there for yourself and to experience this and have that vibration, that frequency, being around the people that hopefully you want to be more like as far as health and longevity and those things.
Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. So come and see us.
As always, this is Miss Natural Olympia Hiller.
And this is Doug, the Formulator.
Keep showing.